Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. I pray that you all are doing well, staying safe and protected out there in these crazy times. Now, whether you are cross-watching or tuning in for yourself, I'm very, very happy and honored to have you here. And this is the April forecast for Sagittarius, and that is Sun, Moon, and Rising. So I've casted some runes, I've pulled some cards for each sign, and I'm ready to get to it if you guys are. So for those of you that are not interested in the meditation, just go on ahead and fast forward about 20 to 30 seconds from now to just get straight to your reading. For those that want to do the meditation, get into a relaxed and quiet zone, channel your body, and we'll start that meditation in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. So before getting to your tarot cards and then your oracle cards, we're actually going to be starting off with some runes that I have pulled for each sign. And we'll start off with this rune here. And this is the rune of God, ancestors, Odin, insight, communication, inspiration, and true vision. This is the rune of chariot, travel, journey, evolution, and rhythm. This is the rune of true love, music, and harmony. This is the rune of needs, friction, shadow, self-reliance, endurance, and survival. This is the rune of the sun, success, goals realized, and honor. This is the rune of protection, polarity, regeneration, thorn, reactive force, defense, and conflict. And then we have the rune here of joy, comfort, and pleasure. All right, Sagittarius, so just based off of your runes here, this April looks to me to focus on a relationship dynamic between you and another person. There seems to be some sort of need for independence or distinction from a relationship or person. You may feel as though someone is almost like squatting on your independence is the best way that I can kind of word that. Like maybe they aren't as independent as you and that sort of intimidates them. Your ability to be very free feels threatening possibly to someone in your life, as well as it really seems like with this rune here, like there's going to be some ability to manifest, or you may see some things start to come in the month of April if you've been trying to manifest something, especially within the last 6 months to a year. Okay, let's go on ahead and get to you guys' oracle cards or your tarot cards, and then we'll be getting to your oracle cards to get a more in-depth look at the energy that you're going to be experiencing and dealing with for this month of April. As well as, I need to mention this, I just got a really strong smell of Palo Santo that just came through. Don't know if that's significant to you in any way, but just going off of that alone, this is very sweet but powerful cleansing energy. And I believe that that's the month that you're really stepping into some sort of cleansing, detoxifying sort of energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out your cards. And we have here, the very first card that we've got is the Empress, then the Moon, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. So this is independence all day with this Empress card here, as well as your partner just came in really strong. You may have a romantic partner. If you do, or just someone in your life that you're very close to, if you're single. So there's somebody that you're very close to that they may feel very worried, anxious, or intimidated by you being so attractive or being able to draw in other people's attention. You kind of bring out this person's shadow side with the Moon card here. So some of you may have recently gotten into a relationship or just met someone, because it seems like you're seeing someone's true colors for the first time, as well as this person could be bringing out your shadow. So look at this sort of like relationship, the sort of energy that you and this other person produce together, because you guys may sort of bring out each other's shadows or something like that. And even though it's like you're seeing their true colors for the first time, honestly, it's not even true colors. There's just something about you that makes this person feel as though they're going to lose you and someone better is going to come along. And it doesn't help that you also have such such a healthy sense of individuality and autonomy. The Empress does not need anything to create. She is life all by herself. She attracts in other entities to help her create something. So I feel like some of the people in your life are worried that you're going to leave them for someone better, or somebody more your speed, more in alignment with you. And this doesn't have to just be romantic, like I mentioned. This can also be platonic, so your friends can feel this way. Family members, co-workers, people in your life may feel like you're on to bigger and better things. You're moving on to bigger and better things, and they may be worried. And they may be worried about how they'll fit into your future, or if they even have a place in your future. And that may need to be a conversation that you have this April with someone, okay? And then we have here the King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Okay, Sagittarius. So for some of you, there's a need to look at your relationship with money, because money is an exchange of energy, right? And how we get money, what we do to make money, can reflect a lot about us internally. And this looks like for some of you, you may make money and then you either spend it, or you make money but don't plan for the future or save it, something like that. The energy I'm picking up here is set an intention for your finances. And what I mean by that is give your finances an intent. So what does the money that you make mean for you? What's the purpose of the money you make? Or what's the purpose of the money that you have? Or what's the purpose of the money that you spend or save? Really look into that in April, okay? Because for some of you, your finances need a goal or a focus or a target. It needs a purpose, okay? Your finances need a purpose. So it seems like Spirit wants you to reconnect or redirect your focus to money as well, and how you feel about it. As strange as that sounds, but we feel about money the way that we feel about different people in our lives. It represents something to us. There's a relationship with money. Like I said, that's an energy exchange. So look into that for this month of April, or that just may sort of be the frame of focus for your month of April. And then the next card that we have here is the Ace of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles also in reverse. The Six of Swords. And underneath the deck here we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So again, there's the topic of money, finances, career, something along those lines coming up for you, Sagittarius. Spirit is trying to get your attention in that area of your life this month of April. And there's not a clear distinction of something with money. It's like there's something that's not clear about your money. Maybe it's the organization or your priorities, how much you spend, how little you spend, if you're saving or planning for the future. There's some sort of change or transition that needs to happen here in terms of the finances with the Six of Swords over here. This is leaving behind the old way of doing something, the old way of things, the old way of life. And then we have this Eight of Cups in reverse coming directly after. Do some of you gamble or something like that? Obviously, that's definitely not something that you have to answer in the comments if you don't want to, but it almost feels like it could be an issue with money, spending money, retail therapy. Maybe you like to spend money to feel better, to pull you out of like a depression or a sadness or a breakup, something like that. There may be some sort of issue with something like gambling, or it's like throwing your money away for something that maybe isn't worth it. Because this is general, it's really hard to get a feel on this and exactly what it is. But before the quarantine, did you party a lot maybe, or spend a lot of money on things like substances? Because there's also this emotional attachment to it. So yeah, this could be something along the lines of like retail therapy too. Sort of using money as a means to feel better about something that may be happening or going on in your life. So this could be something that you're possibly dependent on, because that kind of feels like that to me with this emotional attachment to it, where it's like this could possibly be an addiction or something that you are dependent on to make you feel better. But this is something that you need to kind of leave behind, this old way of doing things, because it's almost like a cycle here with this Ten of Pentacles and this King of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you make a lot of money and then you spend it, or it's like, you bring in this lump sum and you manage to get this much money and then you kind of spend it, So it's like you bring it in and then it leaves right back out, kind of like that. Yeah. And then it's also too, I'm picking up this feeling that some of you don't want to live this way anymore. You want your finances to go towards something else. With this Eight of Pentacles right here, it just looks like I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this to be my way of life anymore. That's why the Six of Swords is there. Reprioritize where your money goes and how you spend it, because it seems like you want your finances to go towards something else. So reprioritize your money, where your money goes and how you spend it with the Six of Swords here. Be cautious too if you are a Sagittarius that owns a business, because work may slow up a bit or change with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Just something to be cautious of. So some of you may be looking into a different job or field or degree of study, something along those lines, because I feel like you had a realization of, I need to change something up. I need to change this up, especially this pandemic that we're experiencing. I think that woke up something in some of you where you feel like, whoa, if something like this ever happens again, I need to make sure it doesn't or cannot affect me the way it's affected my friends, my family, my neighbors, whatever, the way that it's affecting me now. So there's a change in focus, because it's just like, I want to make sure that my money is good. I want to make sure that I'm good. I want to make sure that I can keep business coming in, or I want to make sure I have enough put up and saved for a rainy day. So some of you also, you know what this also could be, you guys? This also could be some of you regretting. You might be looking back into the past and going, damn, I shouldn't have spent that money like a few months ago. Who knew that I'd need it now? Or maybe I shouldn't have been so frivolous with my spending. I should have been a bit more frugal. I shouldn't have, I was just spending money left and right maybe a few months ago, or maybe I was spending money on things that I don't even need now. And it's like some sort of regret here is what it feels like, possibly too. So for a lot of you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys may just be like looking at your situation, your circumstances right now, and comparing it to like maybe like last year or a few months ago and saying, oh my gosh, if only I knew, I wouldn't have been spending my money in that way. Okay, so this might not actually be look out for your money for this month of April. This might be something that you're regretting from the past, but because for this month of April, what I'm seeing with this month of April is the universe and spirit really wants you to take a look at your finances and see how you can sort of switch up different things, that the way you can kind of avoid what you may be feeling right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is that we're seeing. And we'll start with these ones first, okay? So the very first one that we have here is Leo, I will, and it's in reverse. I'm gonna flip it around because I want to have enough space to fit all the cards up here. So, but it was in reverse, okay? So you may be dealing with a Leo. There may be somebody in your life that you're dealing with that's a Leo. You may have your eyes on a Leo. You may be talking to a Leo, dating a Leo, partners with a Leo, friends with a Leo, something like that. Some sort of Leo energy may be in your life or in your chart, something along those lines. Leo is a very bright energy. And like I was talking about before over here with your cards, is like, it seems like somebody might be a little bit intimidated by how much you draw in, by how much attention you draw in. Well, Leo of all signs is a very, this is an energy that pulls in attention without even trying. It's just like, it's like seeing the sun outside, right? It's like you can't avoid it. You might try to turn your gaze away from it, but the sun, it's everywhere. And that's what this Leo energy is. So, there could for sure be someone that's threatened of this Leo energy that you have in your life, okay? Or there could be somebody in your life, like your partner, for instance. This might only be for some of you, but maybe your partner doesn't like a Leo friend that you have or something like that, because maybe they think that you and this Leo friend are kind of a good match, So maybe they're a little jealous of this Leo friend or a little worried about them, something like that, okay? And then we have here Scorpio, I transform. Okay, so Scorpio, could be a Scorpio in your life, could be a Scorpio coming into your life as well as a Leo. But Scorpio, yes, is all about transformation. This energy is very good at filtering through things, filtering through them in a way where it's like it's almost very detoxifying. And that was one of the first things I think I said before I even saw your cards, because I smelled the Palo Santo, is that's very cleansing energy. Scorpio is very cleansing energy. That's how it transforms. Scorpio rules, we're just going to go straight into it. Scorpio rules the anus in our bodies, right? It keeps the things that it needs, keeps the nutrients that it needs, and it gets rid of everything else. So Scorpio is much so about like, you know what? I can find the things that I don't need. I can find the things that are good for me, and I'm going to get rid of everything else. So the thing is here, like I was saying with the Six of Swords, there's something that you need to leave behind. There's something that you need to transform in your life. Take the nutrients from it, take the lessons that you learned from it, and get rid of everything else. Get rid of the shame or the regret, whatever it is that you may be feeling, the remorse, the anger, the sadness, the grief, whatever it is you may be feeling. Try to get rid of the emotions, but keep the lessons, okay? The next card that we have here is, look at that, North Node, life's purpose. Okay, so very many of my Sagittariuses for the month of April, you are moving towards your North Node. And yeah, with the Six of Swords here, the Six of Swords is pretty prominent because this is showing you sort of moving on from a certain situation, habit, lifestyle, part or phase, time in your life. You could be moving on from a certain phase in your life, something like that. So with the North Node, life's purpose, you have an option, I believe, to either sort of stay behind and keep up with the same sort of patterns and cycles that have been in your life and that have sort of left you feeling a bit down maybe, or you can move towards your North Node. You can move towards the direction that you're meant to move towards. And there is something, like I said before we started your cards, when I saw the rune here of manifestation, that is you kind of manifesting the life that you're supposed to live. This is you manifesting your purpose, as well as some of you may have been manifesting your purpose. So you may really connect with your purpose this month. You may discover your purpose. And that is, in short, you discovering your passion, this thing that you can do all day, every day and never get tired of it, right? So yeah, for a lot of you, this is a really big month in terms of you finding your purpose, your passion. And it's this month of April is going to set up a lot of my Sagittariuses for the rest of the year, moving into next year, possibly even moving into the next few years. This month of April is going to be that big with this North Node, life's purpose here for some of you, okay? Then we have here 10th house, the world. So yeah, 10th house is ruled by Saturn and Capricorn. So 10th house it can have a lot to do with money, as well as it can also kind of have a lot to do with karma, because it's kind of what we're dealing with when we deal with Saturn. The ruler of the 10th house is we're dealing with karma. We're dealing with heavy weight. We're dealing with something where it's like, this is really heavy. I need to figure out how to relieve myself of this pressure. Six of Swords over here, right? So as well as the 10th house has a lot to do with your career, your finances, your legacy, the legacy that you want to leave behind. We also have the 10 of Pentacles down here. The 10 of Pentacles, to me, every time I see it, this is a card of legacy. I have worked this hard. I have built up this much. That way I can leave it behind to my children and the generations that come after me. You know, I can leave it to some sort of a successor. So for sure, there's a lot about your future that's sort of coming up in your spread where it's like, what do you want to focus on with your future? Yeah, I did keep saying that in terms of your finances is you need to give your finances a purpose. Okay. And then we have the card life's purpose here. So not only do you need your own purpose, but your finances need a purpose. Just about everything in your life is coming into focus where it's like, you know what? Is this serving a purpose in my life? Is this relationship serving a purpose in my life? Is this person serving a purpose in my life? Is this habit? Are the things that I do serving a certain purpose in my life? So I really feel like a lot of different areas in your life, you're going to be looking at them and saying, you know what, if this is like a waste of my time because I'm not getting anything out of it, then this is something that I need to switch up. I need to transition away from this. Okay. We have here Venus, love in reverse. Okay. So Venus is the ruler of Libra and Taurus, as well as the second house. Venus love, we have the Empress. And look, what does the Empress have? What's that symbol that the Empress has down here? She has the symbol of Venus, right? So she has a symbol of Venus, and then we have the Venus love card here, even though this Venus card was in reverse. So some of you may be kind of feeling, I don't know why, but I just feel like some of you have your eye on someone. Oh, maybe that's what your partner is picking up. If you're in a relationship and you're kind of feeling over it a little bit, or maybe there is somebody in your life that you feel you would be a better fit with, your partner may be able to pick up on that. But for sure, with this Venus love card here and the Empress, you're really drawing or attracting in someone right now. You're drawing and attracting in just energy right now, whether that's people, whether that's finances, whether it's money, business, something else. You know, you're very much so able to attract and draw in the month of April, as well as, yeah, we had the rune of manifestation, right? So for sure, you are manifesting your ass off in April. There's something about your energy and your frequency that is almost like a vacuum. It's just sucking everything around it in like a 10-mile radius. It's just almost like sucking everything in, okay? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of the fact that you're like a really powerful Dyson vacuum cleaner this April. You need to be aware of that, because literally whatever you think of or kind of focus on a lot, you might manifest it very easily, okay? So that's something to definitely be aware of, as well as your relationships might play a big role on your month this April. That may be something that you're really focused on, is your love life, your relationships, your romance. You might be trying to manifest in a partner. And for the fact that for this Venus love card to be here and the Empress, if you are trying to manifest a romantic partner, I believe that that's coming through, especially with you moving towards your North Node. Now is the time for you to manifest in different people and relationships that you need in your life. So if you need a good divine partner in your life, manifest it. If you need better friends in your life, better friend groups, a more supportive friend group, manifest it. If you want to start a family of your own, manifest it. Whatever it is that you need in terms of support when it comes to other human beings, manifest that in, because you're very attractive this month. Not just physically attractive, but even your frequency, your vibe is highly, highly attractive, okay? And then we have, look at that, Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Yeah, you're reinventing yourself. Like I said, you are finding a purpose for everything. You're finding a purpose for everything. And if something doesn't have a purpose, if it doesn't really serve a purpose, I see you almost kind of like getting rid of it, where it's just like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore, because nope, it doesn't work for me. So I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of reinvention going on. And Mercury is the ruler of the signs Gemini and Virgo. So as well as it seems like there's a lot of green and blues over here and reds, orange, yellows over here. So this would be everything from the root to the throat chakra, okay? So that would be the root, sacral, solar, plexus chakra, the heart chakra, and the throat chakra. Those may really come into play this month. As well as your heart chakra, try to keep that open, especially if you're trying to draw in love, bring in love. Try to keep your heart chakra very open with meditations and stuff like that. All right, let's go ahead and check out you guys' romance cards, since it seems like romance is kind of hot for you this month. So it says, love yourself first, and it's in reverse. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay, so maybe some of you guys are in a place where it's like, you know what, I need to work on me first before I try to bring in this partner, but use your own discernment. If that is the case for you, this was in reverse, and it says here, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Like I just mentioned, keep your heart chakra open. I didn't even know why I was mentioning that, but for sure, keep your heart chakra open. It says open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, which would be love. So some of you may be a little worried or a little afraid, a little anxious of love. Maybe you got burned in a few relationships in the past. Maybe your relationship right now is feeling a little bit rocky. But just know that it's not out to get you. Okay. Know that love is not out to get you. It's not out to hurt you. It's out to find you. It is seeking you out. And this Venus love card was in reverse. So some of you guys maybe just feel a little bit weird, like, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. And if that's the case, then maybe you do need to sort of work on your relationship with yourself for right now. Okay. And then we have here, this was in reverse, and it says, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, so yeah, you may kind of, all right, so for sure, some of you guys, you may have a partner in your life right now that seems to be a little bit paranoid. Like I was picking up, there may be somebody in your life, someone else in your life that your partner is worried about, because it seems like you and this other person get along better than you and your partner do, or maybe like you guys fit together better than you and your actual partner do. And this may be making your partner jealous. Even if you are not dating right now, you may have someone in your life that has these they're like a secret admirer. They might have these like hidden feelings for you. And because of that, they might not like certain people in your life because they see you sort of attracted to other people or something like that. But either which way, it kind of seems like there's some sort of insecure feelings, and it is so not coming from my Sagittariuses. I don't feel that at all. Like, I feel like you guys are good. I feel like you guys are honestly wondering, like, why are you worried about this person? But your partner, for some reason, or this other person in your life, they are really seriously worried about whoever this is. And if it's not another person that they're worried about, then they're just worried about the fact that you're very attractive, or that you seem very charismatic, that you have something about you that just seems like it just draws people in. People just kind of like to be around you. Or it could be the fact that you're so independent that scares your partner a bit, intimidates them a bit, okay? Yeah, pay attention to the red flags with that. If the signs are cautioning you, use your discernment, okay, to see what it is that you should and shouldn't deal with. Because I know that's kind of the hard part in relationships, is like, how much should we deal with? What should we deal with? And what should we work through? So use your discernment. Consult your ancestors, consult spirit. We've got the rune here of Odin, God, and the ancestors. So consult your spiritual team, okay? Let's go ahead and check out your health cards. And we have here, call upon Archangel Raphael for help. Exactly. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, I ask you for your healing help with describe your situation. Thank you for your divine healing intervention. Yeah, so there's some healing that wants to come in as well, but call upon your archangels. And then it says here, sunlight. I didn't even know that this was a card. And it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me enjoy the benefits of sunshine in safe and healthy ways. Sun gazing, that is something that I love to do. I'm obsessed with sun gazing. And sun gazing is also a way to naturally decalcify the pineal gland. So it's actually just, you get so many benefits off of sun gazing. Just look it up, you guys, because if I start talking about it now, we're not going to be done with your video for like another week from now, okay? But there's so many benefits to sunlight, sun gazing, being in the sun. So if you can get out and walk a little bit, I know we're not supposed to just kind of be out like lounging and laying around, but if you can sort of get out and walk in some nature, get in front of the sun, that would be really, really good for my Sagittariuses for the month of April. And then we have here adaptability. Yeah, so adaptability, you're adapting. Adaptability. So this is all about you adapting to this new way. Your north node, you have to walk towards your north node, your old way of life behind, and you're moving into your future. You're moving into being more so in alignment with who you were sent here to be, who you were born to be this month of April. Like I was saying, like, I'm not exaggerating for my Sagittarians. This month of April is going to set up not just the rest of this year for you, but possibly even the next few years for very many of you. So this is really all about you splitting from this old way of life and walking towards your north node. Okay? Six of Swords. This is probably one of your bigger cards here, even though you got a couple of major arcana cards, some trump cards, right? But it's like the Six of Swords is very, very loud, and it's saying you're moving towards your north node. And then the final card that we have here is Varapatra. You guys know I don't know how to pronounce these cards, but either which way, I'm going to read the paragraph out of the book. All right, and it says here, out of confusion, a clear and progressive pathway is opening up for you. Out of confusion, like I said, it seems like something is a little murky in your life. That's why I was saying you need to give a purpose to everything in your life, even your finances, and that's what you're doing this April. Wow. Okay, so let me read that line again. It says, out of confusion, a clear and progressive pathway is opening up for you. I think that this would be your north node. And it says, it is an auspicious time to give generously of yourself to others, enriching the quality of your connections, expressing spiritual blessings of goodwill and encouragement from your heart. Again, your heart space is coming up. A powerful blessing is entering your world. A prayer is now being answered in a beautiful way. Spirit gives freely and generously of all good things, and the task of humanity is to learn how to receive. The key to receiving is an open, surrendered, generous, and trusting heart. Exactly. So that's why your heart chakra kept coming up for me in this reading, because Spirit's trying to give you something, but in order for you to receive it, you have to keep your heart center open in order for you to receive these blessings that's trying to come in. Like I said, you have the rune here of manifestation, North Node, life's purpose, Six of Swords, and the Empress, as well as the Moon. These are like manifestation sort of cards, right? You have the Ace of Swords, even though it's in reverse. You have the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. This is a lot about you manifesting. Venus, love, 10th house, the world. I mean, this is not... You guys, Scorpio, I transform. You guys, this is a pretty big deal for my Sagittarians in the month of April. You guys are really heading towards the life you're supposed to be living, and you're kind of taking those steps now, which is a really beautiful thing. And so there are certain things that you need to split from, but it's for the greater good of your future. And you're going to really thank yourself now for doing the hard part now and sort of splitting away from certain things. This is all that I'm seeing for my Sagittarius. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world.